Have you ever walked into your own home and just felt heavy? Like the second you step inside, something just drains out of you. You're not tired from work, not sick, not stressed about anything specific. You just feel off, and you can't explain it. Or maybe you've noticed that no matter how hard you work, money feels tight. Not terrible, just stuck. Like it comes in and disappears just as fast. And you keep thinking, I'm doing everything right. So why does it feel like I'm running in place? Here's the thing most people don't realize, and I mean most people. Even people who've heard of Feng Shui, your home is either pulling energy toward you or pushing it away. Every single day. And there's one money-related Feng Shui rule that almost everyone breaks without even knowing it. Not because they're careless, just because nobody told them. Welcome. I'm Chen, and this is Master Chen Feng Shui, where we talk about practical, real-world Feng Shui that you can actually use. Not the mystical stuff, not the burn incense and wait for miracles version. Just real observations about how your space affects how you feel, how you function, and honestly, how abundance moves through your life. Today we're going deep on one specific topic that I think is genuinely underrated. And by the end of this, you'll probably look at one corner of your home completely differently. Let's get into it. So first, what actually is the money rule in Feng Shui? In traditional Feng Shui, there's this concept called the wealth corner, the far left corner of your home from the main entrance. This is where qi, which is basically the natural energy flow of a space, is believed to gather and stabilize. Think of it less like magic and more like air circulation. If you've ever been in a room where one corner just collects dust, dead air, and forgotten boxes, you already know what stagnant energy looks like. It's real. You can feel it. And most people, without knowing it, turn their wealth corner into a dumping ground. Old boxes, a broken chair they meant to fix, shoes they never wear, a pile of stuff they'll deal with later. Sound familiar? Mistake number one. You're storing dead weight in the wrong corner. Here's the practical reason this actually matters, and I want to be clear. This isn't about superstition. Clutter in any space increases mental load. Studies on environmental psychology back this up. When your eye catches disorder, your brain registers it as unfinished business. Multiply that by every time you walk past that corner, and you're essentially doing a tiny mental tax on yourself dozens of times a day. Now put that in the corner, associated with your financial mindset and goals, and you're basically surrounding that part of your consciousness with the feeling of stuck, unresolved, piled up. The fix is simple. Clear it, not perfectly, just intentionally. Move the clutter out and replace it with something living. A healthy green plant works beautifully here. Not a cactus, something soft, leafy, growing upward. The visual of something alive and thriving in that space shifts how your brain registers it. You don't need an expensive plant. A pothos from a grocery store works fine. Just keep it healthy. Mistake number two, your front door area is sabotaging you before you even start your day. This one honestly surprised me when I first started paying attention to it. The front door in Feng Shui is called the mouth of qi. It's where energy enters your home. And by extension, it's where opportunity, abundance, and new beginnings symbolically flow in. Now think about what most front entrances look like. Shoes everywhere, a coat rack overloaded to the point of falling, mail piling up on a shelf, maybe a bag on the floor that's been there for 3 weeks, maybe the lighting is dim or broken. What does that feel like to walk into? Honestly, it feels like a problem waiting to happen. When the entrance is blocked, cramped or dark, you leave home already registering a kind of resistance. And when you come home, instead of feeling welcomed, you feel like you're walking back into something unresolved. That psychological weight is real. Simple fix. Keep shoes in a cabinet or basket, not spread across the floor. Make sure the entry is well lit. Even just swapping in a brighter bulb makes a noticeable difference. And clear any surface near the door. No piling mail, No forgotten bags, just clear, clean, accessible. When your entry feels open, you actually feel slightly more optimistic walking out and coming back in. It sounds small, it isn't. Mistake number 3, you have water in the wrong place. Okay, water is big in Feng Shui and money energy, and here's where people go wrong. They either ignore it completely or they overdo it with fountains they bought on a whim and placed randomly. Water symbolizes flow, movement. In the right location, flowing water near the entrance, like a small tabletop fountain, actually supports that sense of abundance moving toward you. Practically speaking, it also adds gentle sound and humidity to a space, which affects how comfortable and alive a room feels. But here's the mistake. Water features in the bedroom, or even just large fish tanks in the bedroom. The bedroom should be calm, quiet, and still. You know, it should feel like rest. Water, especially moving water, introduces an active flowing energy that works against deep sleep. And poor sleep honestly affects everything: your mood, your decisions, your motivation, your ability to notice and act on opportunities. Bad sleep makes everything feel harder, including money. So if you have a fountain or an aquarium in your bedroom, move it. Seriously, the living room or near the front entrance is where water works, not where you sleep. Mistake number 4. Your desk faces the wrong way and it's killing your focus. If you work from home, or even if you just manage finances, bills, or personal projects at a desk, the direction you face matters more than you'd think. The classic Feng Shui mistake is sitting with your back to the door. This creates what's called the vulnerable position. And look, you don't need to believe in energy to understand this. It's basic human psychology. When your back is to an opening, part of your brain stays on low-level alert. It's the same reason people feel uncomfortable sitting with their back to a restaurant door. It's instinctive. That low-level alertness eats focus. You think you're concentrating, but a small part of your brain is just waiting, watching. The fix: position your desk so you can see the door without sitting directly in line with it. This is called the command position. You feel settled, grounded, less distracted. And when you feel grounded at your workspace, you make better financial decisions because you're not slightly anxious for no reason you can name. Also, while we're here, if your desk is buried in clutter, your financial thinking is going to feel buried too. Clean desk, clear thinking. That's not Feng Shui, that's just true. Mistake number 5. You've got broken things you're living around. This one is maybe the most overlooked rule in all of Feng Shui, and it connects directly to money energy. Broken objects. A lamp that flickers. A drawer that doesn't close properly. A cabinet door hanging off one hinge. A clock that stopped. Most people just adapt to these things. They walk past the broken drawer for 6 months. They replace the battery in the clock next week for 3 years. In Feng Shui, broken objects represent stagnation. They represent things that don't function, don't flow, don't move. And if you think about it, practically living around broken things sends a subtle signal to yourself every day that things don't get fixed. Things don't work. Effort doesn't complete. That's not a great mindset to carry into your financial life. The fix isn't to renovate your whole home. It's just pick one broken thing this week and fix it or remove it. One thing. The clock that's been stopped, the leaky faucet, the drawer. These small completions feel surprisingly good, and they start to shift the way you perceive your own space. Mistake number 6. Your wealth corner has the wrong colors. We talked about clutter in the wealth corner, but even if it's clear, the colors in that space matter. For the wealth and abundance area, Feng Shui traditionally recommends greens, purples, and deep blues. Not because they're magical, but because these colors psychologically communicate growth. Green, depth and value. Purple, and calm confidence. deep blue. Now think about what most people have in that corner of their home. Beige walls, grey furniture, maybe nothing interesting at all. Visually, it's dead space. You don't need to repaint your whole house. Even a small plant, a purple or green decorative piece, or a piece of artwork in those tones can shift how that corner registers to your eye, and by extension, to your mind. Colors affect mood. That's not debatable, it's been studied extensively. Warm yellows and oranges energize. Cool blues calm. Greens feel organic and alive. What you surround yourself with visually is what your nervous system adjusts to as normal. So if your wealth corner feels flat, dull, and dead, so might your financial energy. Mistake number 7. You don't let light into your home. Honestly, this might be the simplest one, and the one that makes the biggest immediate difference. A dark home feels heavy, and in Feng Shui, natural light is probably the most important carrier of positive energy. Practically, it regulates your circadian rhythm, boosts serotonin, reduces feelings of anxiety and low mood, and makes a space feel expansive and possible. Most people keep their curtains half drawn because they're worried about privacy, or because they haven't thought about it, or because the habit just formed that way. But the difference between a dimly lit room and one flooded with natural morning light is enormous, not just aesthetically, but in how capable and optimistic you feel. Open your curtains in the morning. Clean your windows so the light actually comes through clearly. If natural light is limited in your space, invest in warm white full-spectrum bulbs. They're not expensive, and the difference is immediate. Light is life, and abundant clear light in a space creates a feeling of abundance in the people living there. That's Feng Shui, sure, but it's also just how humans work. So let's bring it together quickly. The wealth corner clears the clutter, adds something living and green. Front entrance keeps it open, bright and welcoming. Water features in the right rooms, not the bedroom. Desk position faces the door. Sit in command. Broken objects, fix them or remove them. Don't just adapt. Colors in your wealth space bring in greens, purples, life. And light, open the curtains, let it in. None of this requires a major renovation. Most of it you can do this weekend. Here's what I want to leave you with. Feng Shui, at its core, is really just the art of designing your environment to support the life you want. Not through magic, through awareness. When your home feels good to be in, you feel good. When you feel good, you think more clearly, act more intentionally, sleep better, and make better decisions. And over time, that compounds. It's not, this will instantly bring wealth. Nothing will, but a home that supports your clarity, your rest, and your sense of possibility. That genuinely changes how you move through the world. Start with one corner, one change, see how it feels. And if you've never really thought about how your space is affecting you honestly, now's a good time to start. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.